This is Chris here with a quick tutorial on determining which version of Python and which version of a specific package you are using. One of the most common problems that arises in scientific computing is having multiple versions of Python or multiple versions of a particular package installed on your computer. Luckily, there are a couple of ways that we can use in order to figure out which one we're using. So in order to understand this problem, the first thing that we should understand is the path. If you type in $path, it will return to you the path variable. And basically what this is a list of folders that the shell will search through anytime you run a command. If it finds that particular command within one of these folders, then it will run it from there. Important point to make with respect to this is that precedence exists within the path. So any folder that comes before another folder will take precedence over it. What this means is that if I have two different Python distributions on my computer, one in this folder and one in this folder, then if I were to type in Python, it would run the Python distribution from this folder right here because it comes earlier in the path. Another thing that I can use is a function called which. If I were to type in which Python, it will return to me the path to the specific Python distribution that I'm using. And this is useful for all kinds of other programs as well, not just for Python. Another problem that often arises comes from within Python itself. Say you're using a specific package or module and you want to know which one you're using and where it's located on the computer. There are a number of ways that you can do this from within a Python interpreter. So I'm going to type in IPython here, but you could use really any interpreter you want. It doesn't have to be IPython. And two things that I want to talk about are the sys module, as well as some hidden variables that are associated with any module that you import. So if I were to type in import sys, I have access now to a module with several useful methods. One of them is the version method, and this will just return which version of Python I'm using, and this can be really useful in order to check for compatibility. Another thing is sys.path, and this will return to me a list of the folders that exist in the Python path. This is very similar to the shell, but the idea is that whenever I call a function or try to import a package within Python, it will search through these folders in order to find that package. Another thing that I can do is look within a package itself. So if I were to import NetworkX, I would now have access to some hidden variables that exist within this package that tell me both where it is as well as what version it is. So for example, nx.path will return to me the specific path to the nx package that I imported, and nx.version would return to me that version of NetworkX that I'm using.